What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and long time no see. I know it's been a while since I posted up a video on YouTube, guys, and that's because, unfortunately, I was having some problems logging into my Google account. It wasn't hacked. There was nothing like that going on, but for some reason, Google wasn't sending me my verification code through my email. So I had to go through some other channels in order to retrieve my Google account back because, as many of you know, if you don't have a Google account, you cannot log into your YouTube account. Therefore, I couldn't let any of you know what exactly was going on. Only if you were in the Discord were you in the loop as far as, what was actually happening. I've always been here. I never was stopping or anything like that. So don't worry, guys. I love YouTube. I love gaming and I love talking about these games and these issues in these games. And I also want to let you guys know that I have started a Twitter account. It's called Forgo Gaming. I'll put a link in the description below. So that way you guys can follow me on Twitter if you choose to do so. That way, if there isn't a video posted or you want to just, ask me a question or something like that, and you're not willing to join my Discord or you don't want to join my Discord, whatever the case may be, that's completely fine. But you're welcome to join my Twitter and, say, hey, what's up? So let's get into the video, guys. So I know I'm really late to the party regarding these issues because I couldn't log into my YouTube account, and that is Black Bolt and Morgan Le Fay. I'm just going to give you guys the short end of the stick as far as, whether or not you should pull for these characters. Morgan Le Fay is not really a must. Right now, I mean, she is a universal villain. She is a really great character, but her leadership is really where it's at, right? I'm sorry, her uniform effect is really where it's at. People that are going to be competitive in ABX, going to make it a little bit easier for them to get higher scores in ABX or ABL. This is going to be really awesome for them. It will. It will. I don't know how strong Morgan is because I don't have her tier 3. I'm still waiting on getting some universal books. So, and I don't like to really do reviews of characters that are at tier 2. I still need these 3 books, which really, really sucks. So I haven't done a review on this character because of that, but I really do think that her uniform effect is really where it's at. I could be wrong. I mean, maybe she's actually pretty decent in PvP. I really have no idea, to be perfectly honest with you guys. But when it comes to Black Bolt is godly strong, amazing character, very, very powerful. But really, guys, his power level is just going to be nuts when you take him to tier 4. And being that he's a universal villain, he doesn't really fit a lot of the requirements in the game. That's kind of the issue with him. In all honesty, guys, if you're competitive in ABL, he's going to be a go-to guy. If you're not maxing out your score with Loki in ABX, which on my account, even with 120% energy attack, is extremely hard. In fact, I've never been able to do it, at least not yet. But having tier 4 Black Bolt would actually make it a lot easier. If he's just tier 2, or if he's just tier 3, he won't outscore Loki. He needs to be tier 4 in order to do that. So, but he is a very easy character to play. And I honestly, guys, it's going to be another year before this uniform actually comes back into the game. And I really would recommend people to go out and get it because even if you're just taking him to tier 3, he's still going to be a really great character. He can still go to level 80. He can still do really, really good work for you in certain game modes. But again, but he's also going to make it a lot easier for you to score higher in ABX and ABL, especially if you don't have Loki leveled up. And if you do have him, you got a full year to try to tier 4 him, get enough materials. Whether or not it's going to be worth it to you is up to you, but I do think it is a good purchase. I really do. I know it's full price, but it really is a good uniform. It really does make him a whole lot better. Now let's get to the heart of the issue, which is Moon Knight. I know I'm kind of jumping all over the place, guys, but I ended up tier 4 in Moon Knight. The reason I tier 4 this character instead of any other character right now is because I need a character that's a combat superhero and has this weapon master tag. I need the weapon master tag for Mephisto stage 75 to 79, and I need the combat superhero for stage 85 to 89 against Null. And unfortunately, guys, even at tier 4 with this build, old boy can't do it with a CTP of Rage. He just cannot do enough damage against Null or Mephisto to clear them. So I'm probably going to end up having to slap my brilliant CTP on old boy to make sure I get it done. But before I slap that CTP, I wanted to show you guys what he does in ABX as far as, having 70% physical attack on an account like mine with 22% pierce. He's got 50% physical attack. Actually, that'll be a little bit more with Sif's leadership that has 30% physical attack. But his critical rate and dodge are maxed out. His critical damage is maxed out. He's got good stats on him. And his Urus are decent. I mean, got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Odin's Blessings. The rest of these Urus are, at Mythic. And all the skills are at 6. Now, when it comes to the Striker, especially for the Silent Season and ABX, you really do have a few choices. I mean, you have Echo, you have Wanda, you have Ancient One. All of them are very useful. If you're using Ancient One, then what you're actually relying on is we're going to use the Justice. And by the way, Echo and Ancient One both have the Justice tag, which is actually nice. I think I might have Ancient One equipped on another character right now. Yeah, I have equipped on another character. But Ancient One actually applies a debuff. But Wanda actually is better as far as what I can tell. Shout out to Free to Play Adventures. He actually did a comparison between these characters, but she doesn't have the Justice tag. And that really will make a big difference as far as how much damage you do. And plus, with Wanda, she doesn't have a tier 4 available. She doesn't have the Justice. You just aren't going to be able to level all these up as much as you really want. So having Echo is actually really, really nice because she will apply the silence, right? And she has so much AoE on her skills, and she has the Justice tag. She just really adds a lot of damage. And I've done the test myself, guys. I do more damage with Echo on Silent Season in ABX than Wanda or Ancient One. From the testing I've done, I definitely do better, okay? And we'll talk about the rotation, guys. We don't need to go through the skills. I mean, we pretty much know what the skills are, right? At this point when it comes to Moon Knight. But as far as the rotation, I've actually tried a few rotations, but really what you want to do is you just want to go 3, 4, 5, right? And just go, as soon as that 3 throws out them bombs, go into your 4, 5, right? And then as soon as the 5 drops down, you want to hit your Awaken skill. And when these little explosions comes out, right? Then boom, you're going to hit 3, 4, 5. Actually, my rotation got a little screwed up there. I actually hit my 4 before my 3, but we'll do it again, okay? So it's 3, 4, 5, okay? He's going to drop down, boom, we hit the Awaken skill, and then you're going to see this little explosion, and there it is. It's a lot easier when you actually have a beast. I'm trying to hit my 3 skill, but yeah. And then it's 3, 4, 5. Whenever that explosion shows up, that's when you hit the 3, 4, 5, and then go ahead and hit your tier 4. And make sure that you always save the tier 4 for whenever you have to silence the beast. And then it's just 3, 4, 5, and throw in the 2, 1 in between. You guys will see the run. He's really, really simple to play, very, very easy. And that's another reason I went ahead and tier 4'd him is because Moon Knight is the best for combat hero day, but I mean, only by a slight margin, guys. Only by a slight margin. It's not a huge benefit. In all honesty, no offense to Moon Knight, but I would have rather tier 4'd Venom. But Venom doesn't have the Weapon Master tag. That is the kind of the thing that really wanted me to go ahead and tier 4 this character because I am trying to push World Boss. He does have a fully awakened overdrive set, and we don't have an artifact. If we had an artifact, we do a little bit better than, of course, the CTB of Rage with a mythic uniform. So I'll bring up the run for you guys right now, and you can check this out, okay? All right. And voila, here we go. 3, 4, 5 is going to jump down. We hit the awakened skill, right? And as soon as you see that explosion, guys, 3, 4, 5 again, and then tier 4. Right? As soon as he jumps down, 2, 1. You always want to wait for him to land down and then go into your 2, 1. 3, 4, 5. We still got some time on the clock. He lands down, 2, 1. You can see exactly what I'm doing. And this was the best run that I did so far. Again, I had 70% physical attack on my account, right, with 22% pierce. And I was honestly pretty impressed with his damage. Honestly, Moon Knight's damage is very, very good, especially in AVX. But his damage in War Boss Legend is good. Don't get me wrong. It's just, I was really hoping with a Rage at tier 4, he could do stage, 85 plus against Null, but maybe that was asking for too much, I mean, with my Thor at level 80, I could easily do stage 79. So maybe stage 85 is just a little too much. Sorry about that, guys. I forgot to turn my notifications off, so that actually showed up. My bad. Yeah, it was kind of a bummer there. But yeah, I mean, once the beast goes into the roar, you can hit Echoes, hit the tier 4, and Echo will silence them within a real quick amount of time. Not a big deal at all. And seriously, guys, throwing in that 2-1 over and over and over will make a difference. He will do more damage if you are throwing that thing in. Right? I mean, being that he's an awakened character, you're not really worried about, trying to charge up the awakened skill because you have to wait you have a 30-second cooldown. But you are trying to charge that tier 4. See, you are trying to charge that damn thing to get a little bit more damage out of there. I mean, he's a smooth character to play, I gotta say, and I am enjoying him. I just really hope whenever I slap that CTP of Destruction on him that I can clear those high levels of Null and Mephisto because I mean, I know other players have, but they just have a stronger account than me. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it again with 70% physical attack. I hope so. And I'll show you guys like just a little bit of a run against Null, just to show you how much damage he's doing with his CTP of Rage. And these guys, there's just no way that I can do it. There's just no way. And that does kind of suck, because that means I got to spend a bunch of crystals in order to unequip the Rage off of Moon Knight, put the CTP destruction on Moon Knight, and then unequip the Brilliant after I do all the runs against Null and Mephisto, and go back to a Rage because I want to use it for AVX and AVL, obviously. But we're going to hit 11 million, right? And I know some players have maxed out the score against AVX, but guys, you're only going to do that if you have a crap ton of physical attack. Like, you need a lot of physical attack for Moon Knight or Black Widow in order to max out the scores. You need a lot. Okay. And boom. So, I mean, 11,045,000, right? That's not bad. That's a pretty damn good score. I'm actually really, really impressed with that score. Now, let me show you guys what he can do against Null, just to show you that, man, that the damage just really isn't good enough. Okay. So we're at stage 85. We need a combat superhero, right? Human. And again, you could use Venom here, but Venom doesn't have the Weapon Master tag for stage 75. And that's the big reason why I went ahead and tier forward Moon Knight. Now, this is the team that you're going to use for Moon Knight. And this is what really sucks. There's no other support for Moon Knight here other than Blade's leadership, which is great leadership for him, but there's nothing else. So if I had a CTP of Insight on, like, say, another character, and I might end up putting a CTP of Insight maybe on Venom here, in all honesty, I know he doesn't buff up Moon Knight, but having a CTP of Insight would add an extra 20% damage to super villains, which would be nice. Or to a type, right? That would be really awesome. But using Black Panther, I do gain a little extra physical attack for the team up, right? We're just going to use damage to super villains because we don't have to worry about ignore dodge since Moon Knight's already at level 80. And yeah, I mean, I am playing on my emulator, guys, so it's always, a little funky when I play on an emulator. But you'll see what the damage is. I mean, if he had another support, it'd be a different story. But yeah, this is okay, now in this run here, I actually just canceled the Awaken skill. All right, hit that tier 4, and you guys can see the tier 4. By the way, his tier 4 actually does have an increased attack by 110%, and it does refresh over and over and over, so you always have that up, which is actually pretty nice. Okay. There we go. Not bad, not bad, not bad. And maybe I would have done a little bit more damage. I mean, I can go ahead and hit the Awaken skill this time and do it like I did my ABX rotation. Maybe that would be a little bit better. So we'll try that right real quick here. There we go. Hit the 3, 4, 5. Then hit the Awaken skill. I don't really think it's doing any more damage. Maybe? I don't know. But as you guys can see, he really is kind of lacking, unfortunately. But I mean, this is stage 85. To be fair, this is way up there. This is way up there. And there's me hitting my tier 4. And yeah, I mean, there's a little something in there. There's a little bit of damage. Now, I mean, he can survive, which is nice. He does have some really good survivability, especially with recovery on his tier 4 and just within his kit. I always want to hit the wrong button whenever I'm trying to do that tier 4. It's so wacky. Okay. But I mean, like if you're not doing, if you're not getting down to the 30-second bar or finishing this first phase within a minute 30, it becomes pretty tough. It becomes really, really tough in order to get it done. And, like even if I change my rotation, I mean, I don't think we'd be able to do this. It's just, the rage just doesn't cut it, guys. It just doesn't cut it, man. I mean, and as you guys can see, like, after 1 minute, a little over 2 minutes, we only got down to the 40th bar. I mean, we still got, 9 more bars before we actually finish the first phase. So there's just no way that I'm going to be able to do this. So I'm going to have to slap that damn Brilliant on him in order to get it done, which really sucks. But again, I mean, it is way up there, to be fair to Moon Knight. But again, guys, I do think Black Bolt is worth pulling for. or worth buying. The uniform is worth buying. I know you got to pay full price for it, but you're not going to be able to get this thing within another year, guys. You're not. And then, I know maybe you don't need it. Maybe you already have Loki. Maybe your Loki's already capping out ABX. Maybe you're not concerned about ABX. But even in ABL, guys, even at tier 3, he is much easier to play than Loki. He's much, much easier to play. And that's a big, big thing, man. It makes your life a whole lot easier in that game mode. His survivability is actually a little bit better, at least in my humble opinion. But the fact that he's easy to play, he can move around with his force skill, he can just rack up points so easy. So to me, I think he's a really good option to go ahead and build. Obviously, Morgan Le Fay, I mean, he's going to be a really great support, but she is a paywall character, so I'm really kind of putting my focus more on Black Bolt. But Moon Knight, guys, I mean, he definitely gets it done. Definitely a very strong character, and I am happy with my tier 4, and I will be showing you guys how well he can do with a brilliant CTB of destruction. So, guys, let me know how y'all doing in the game, and I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT7 time. The link is in the description below, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See you, everybody.